Hello guys, good day and welcome to Rahen Sports YouTube channel. It's no more a dream, it's now a reality, and I am so thrilled that finally it's happening. It's happening. Like, we're going places, honestly. We're going places. And I really want to say thank you for everyone that has followed me up from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram. I opened the Instagram. Because the Instagram account I had before was not really functional. So I'm trying little by little, because I'm not really an Instagram person, but I'm trying as much as possible to become an Instagram person. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I actually had to wait for a few hours. In the next 24 hours, the EPL season will be started. The La Liga season will be started on the 12th of September. So I had to wait for a few hours, like 24 hours before the league starts, to get on busy with this YouTube channel. There are 4 things I really want us to do going forward. Number 1, please like this video for me. I beg. Like this video for me. Like the video. Number 2, please subscribe. Hit on the subscribe button down there and subscribe. The third one, hit on that. Click on the notification icon. Click on the notification bell there, so that anytime a video drops, you are amongst the first people to view it. And the fourth one, please tell a friend that there's something happening on YouTube channel, and it's called Rahen Sports. Like, we are going places. Hopefully we are going places, and this station is going to be filled with a whole lot of very good content, massive content, videos, sports analysis, updates, events, everything, every activity on football. For the main time, it's going to be football. But over time, we're going to expand. Of course, we're going to expand to things like baseball, basketball, rugby, cricket, golf, and tennis and all that. But for now, it's going to be strictly football. And I am so happy, because the EPL season is finally starting. The EPL season for 2020-2021 is starting up a few hours from now. I'm thrilled. I'm excited. The same thing goes for the La Liga. Excuse me. For the La Liga Santander to be starting up on the 12th. But we all know that the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Sevilla won't be starting up on that 12th, because of their involvement in the Champions League and also in the Europa League. So they won't be involved in the first week of resumption of a new season. You're welcome once again. So first off, I would want to talk about the fixtures for the La Liga Santander. Before we enter into the EPL proper, I want to talk about the fixtures in the La Liga Santander. Congratulations to the clubs that finally got promotion. We have Cadiza, we have SD Huesca, and there is another one I can't really place the name. But over time, I will try as much as possible to get the name of that club. The Elche, yes, Elche, SD Huesca, and Cadiza. They all got promoted to the La Liga Santander. So congratulations to them. So on the 12th of September, we'll be having Elba versus Celta Vigo. For 3 seasons now, Celta Vigo has escaped relegation by either 1 point or 2 points. Like, they've been inconsistent. It seems they have 10 lives or thereabout. I don't know. They always they always escape relegation by a little, just 1 point, or 2 points, or at most 3 points. Let's just be grateful. Let's just be lenient with them. 3 points, they escaped relegation. Do you understand? So they'll be facing Elba on by tomorrow, being 12th of September, by 3 p.m. So what happens? Are they going to start the season on a high? Because I feel if you're starting well, you try as much as possible to gain as much points as possible. You won't find yourself battling relegation battle at the end by April, by April May. No, by April May. No, but if you start well at the beginning of the season, get maximum points. Try as much as possible to win your games. I don't think you'll be having issues battling relegation with those that will be relegated. So they'll be facing Elba on the 12th by 3 p.m. Then Granada versus Atletico Bilbao will be by 5:30 p.m. on that same 12th. And finally, Cadiz, a newly promoted side, will be facing Osasuna by 8 p.m. Let me take it again. Elba versus Celta Vigo by 3 p.m. Granada versus Atletico Bilbao by 5:30 p.m. And finally, Cadiz versus Osasuna by 8 p.m. Then on the 13th, we have Deportivo Alaves versus Real Betis. You know, Real Betis recently got a new manager, the former manager for West Ham, the former manager of Man City, Manuel Pellegrini. He has taken over the managerial activities of Real Betis. So what's gonna happen? West Ham sacked him because they were already fighting relegation battle when he was sacked in the EPL last season. He was sacked, yeah. So, but there was nothing great David Moyes did. They just escaped relegation by a whisker, like very little. There was nothing, though. West Ham, they've been busy in this transfer market. They've been busy in the transfer market at all. There's nothing spectacular David Moyes did with West Ham other than trying to avoid relegation. I guess they ended the season with 37 points. So they didn't get up to 40 points. No, they did not get up to 40 points. So I don't know, but I wish Manuel Pellegrini all the best in Real Betis. So they'll be facing Deportivo Alaves on the 13th of September by 1 p.m. Deportivo Alaves versus Real Betis on the 13th by 1 p.m. Real Valladolid versus Real Sociedad by 3 p.m. I don't know the condition of David Silva now. David Silva joined Real Sociedad from as a free agent from Man City last month. He snubbed Lazio. He snubbed Lazio for an opportunity to play in Spain finally, to retire in Spain. So he was tested. He tested positive for COVID-19 during their, before you join a club. Of course, they'll do some tests, and including the COVID-19 test and all. So he was tested positive, but there were no symptoms, like he was not having those reactions. So he was isolated. He has been isolated for 2 weeks, a week plus now. For the now, we've not really heard anything. Though he might not be starting that game, but he has joined Real Sociedad, and it's going to be a +1 for Real Sociedad. So Real Valladolid versus Real Sociedad by 3 p.m. Then Barca, as I said, Barca, Real Madrid, Sevilla, and Atletico Bilbao, they won't be playing because they participated in European competitions in August, so they are still resting. They gave them an extended rest. They gave him an extended rest up to next week. So on the 13th, we have Deportivo Alaves versus Real Betis by 1 p.m. Then Real Valladolid versus Real Sociedad by 3 p.m. We have Villarreal versus SD Huesca by 5:30 p.m. Then finally Valencia versus Levante by 8 p.m. on the 13th. That's Saturday and Sunday. They are not playing any game on Monday. So it's just gonna be a Saturday and a Sunday event. It's gonna be a Saturday and a Sunday event. Many of their games will be starting off fully upper week. But these are the games that will be taking place. They'll be taking place this weekend in the La Liga Santander. So congratulations to La Liga fans. Finally, they would try as much as possible to enjoy football this weekend. Now we are going into the EPL. The EPL, the most talked about league. This is a league everybody wants to talk about. This is a league everybody wants to watch. Excuse me, I don't even know. I don't know. This is a league everybody wants to talk about. Honestly, excuse me. Oh, this is better. This is the league everybody is talking about, especially the kind of transfer activities most clubs, all the clubs have tried as much as possible to equip their team entering into the new season. Honestly, the newly promoted side, we have the Leeds United, we have West Brom, we have Fulham. They've bought players. Fulham just recently signed Tete from Lyon. He's a Netherlands. I guess he's up to he's 22, 23. Yeah, they signed Tete from Lyon Olympic. No, he's a defender. They signed him for £3 million, and they also signed former Chelsea player Olaina on a season-long loan from Torino. Torino, they've not been okay. They were not okay. They were not okay in the Serie A last season. I guess they ended at the bottom half of the table. They ended at I guess it was 15th position or 16th. No, 15th, within that 15th, 14th, within that 15th. So I feel Olaino would want to play in the EPL again. You know, he left Chelsea for Torino. He went there on a loan before it was finally permanent as it became a permanent deal. But right now, he had his medicals with Fulham. He has had his medicals with Scott Parker's side with Fulham. And he'll be joining a season-long loan with an option to sign him off at the end of the season for £11 million. So for now, Ola, you'll be surprised he would end up playing against Chelsea, and who knows, he might even end up scoring. He might end up scoring, end up scoring a goal against his former club. So Fulham, they've been doing a whole lot of activities. Leeds United signed Rodrigo from Valencia, and a whole lot of other one two activities. West Brom, the same thing. We had this news that it's likely that Branislav Ivanovic, the Serbian guy, the 36-year-old former Chelsea legend, the right back for Chelsea. He played for Chelsea till 2016 until he left for Zenit St. Petersburg in Russia. Now he wants to return back to the EPL, and he'll be playing for West Brom. I'm not surprised because Slavan Bilic is from Serbia, so I feel he would want someone with vast experience and elder, just like Chelsea signed Thiago Silva from PSG. They would want someone with a wealth of experience, someone that would act as a leader to come back to lead these young ones in West Brom. So it's likely the deal. It's the negotiations are still going on as it stands now. Negotiations are still going on. So for every of as it goes, I'll keep you all, I'll keep you all posted regarding it. I'll keep you all posted regarding it. So what are the games, the fixtures for the week? Liverpool will be starting up. Liverpool will be starting up their title defense on the 12th. Arteta will be starting his full season as an Arsenal manager on the 12th. In fact, their game is the first game of the league. By 12:30, they'll be traveling to Fulham. Fulham is a club in West London, so it's more like a London derby. The match, it's going to be Fulham versus Arsenal by 12:30 p.m. on the 12th of September. What is going to happen? Because to an extent, the management of Arsenal, they've backed Mikel Arteta up. They've backed him up in this season. They've backed, but honestly, he has been fine so far. He has been fine all through August. They won 2 silverwares, and there's been a very, very good atmosphere. Unlike the period when Unai Emery was there, the energy in the club that Unai Emery left, it's not the same thing as what they have now under Mikel Arteta. He has changed everything. Now they when you watch their game, when you watch a national game, they play with passion. Like they want to play for their manager. They want to give their all on the pitch, and that is why they are scoring goals and they are winning games. They won the FA Cup against Chelsea. They won this Community Shield against Liverpool. These are not a walkover kind of club. They are like top 5, top 6 clubs. They even had to beat the likes of Man City to get to the final. So it's been a good one for Mikel Arteta. Now he's going to have a full season as Arsenal boss. How is it going to be? Because all eyes will be on him now. To an extent, they've supported him in the transfer window. So that's why they've supported him in the transfer. He has gotten the likes of Willian on the free transfer from Chelsea. He has gotten the likes of Gabriel from Lille. He's a left-footed defender and he's a very, very good one. A left-footed defender from Lille. From Lille, yeah. So who again? They've gotten Ceballos back from he's more like he's a second year. He'll be coming on loan from Real Madrid. He was there all through last season. Now they got him back again for on loan. She understands. So and there are other transfer activities they are trying to wrap up. The likes of Thomas Partey from the Ghanaian guy that plays for Atletico Madrid. They want to get him as well. Then Aoua from Lyon, though Lyon, they are really proving a hard nut to crack. Of course, if I were a Lyon manager, I don't think I would want to sell all my players. I don't really think so. I don't think I want to sell all my players. It's not because I didn't qualify for anything. I didn't qualify for Champions League this season. I didn't qualify for UEL, and our season has started. I can't sell all because I will want to qualify for something, a European competition by the end of this season. So they already have a price tag of 65 million euros. That's around 55.53 million pounds slapped on this guy, on Aoua. I don't think Arsenal want to spend 55 million pounds on a guy that just has 26 league goals. I mean, just 16 goals in 139 appearances. Who wants to spend that kind of money? No. He's not a Ronaldo. I'm not saying he should be a Ronaldo before you buy, but the money is much. 55 million for a guy that has how many goals? 26 goals and no 26 assists and 16 goals in 139 games. Remember, no. The money is much. The money is much. Leon don't want to sell. That is why they just have to use that big amount to scare away Arsenal. Of course, Real Madrid, they are not buying any player. I don't think they are buying any player now because they want to try as much as possible to make do with what they have. Baka, Baka, the only person Baka wants to buy in that club is Depay, Memphis Depay. He has already agreed personal terms with them. So he has already agreed personal terms with Barcelona. It's just for both clubs, Barcelona and Lyon, to come arrive at a conclusion how much is going to be sold. I guess it's between £50 million or thereabout. But I don't think they would want to go for Aoua, no. And that money, no. I don't think this is just a ploy to wave, as in to fend off buyers from buying the guy. He's just 22. He has room to improve and all. He has room to improve, but for that amount is a no. Honestly, so it's gonna be Fulham versus Arsenal by 12:30 p.m. on Saturday rather. Then the other games we have for that day, of course, Man United won't be playing. Man United and Man City, the Manchester clubs won't be playing this weekend because of their involvement in Europa League. Man United got to the semi-finals of the Europa League before Sevilla knocked them out. Why Man City got to the quarter-finals of the Champions League? It was Lyon that knocked them, surprisingly knocked them out of the Champions League in the quarterfinal. So the two Manchester clubs will not be playing this weekend. They will have to fix their games further. They'll be playing from the 19th, 21st. That's its upper week, not this week, not this weekend. So the two Manchester clubs are out of it. Now, Fulham versus Arsenal by 12:30 p.m. Then we have Crystal Palace versus Southampton. We have that game by 3 p.m. on the 12th. Then Liverpool versus Leeds United by 4:30. That game. Please don't miss that game for anything. No, don't miss that game for anything. Liverpool will begin their what is it called again? Their title defense at home against Marcelo Bielsa. Against someone. I don't know. I keep talking about Marcelo Bielsa. He's a legend. This is someone Pep, always talks good about. He's a gaffer. This is someone that has coached Chile national team, Argentina national team, Marcel, I guess Atletico Bilbao at some point. Like, he's someone that has the vast experience. And one good thing about him is that, number one, he does not speak English. He doesn't speak English. Number two is, he does not sit in the dugout. Like, when as a manager now, that kind of thing. You come, you sit in the dugout, sit with your fellow, or you stand at the touchline. He does not stand. He does not sit in the dugout. Do you know what he sits on? He sits on a blue pail by the side of the field, like at the touchline. It's funny, right? It's funny, right? He sits on a blue big pail. So just watch out for the manager that sits on a blue big pail at the touchline. That is what is going to happen at Anfield come the 12th of September. So probably he has changed, because for all the games of his I watched back then in Leeds in the Skybet Championship, he always sat down with a blue pail. He said it gives him opportunity to look, to understand what the game is all about. And it's very funny. It's really, really, really funny. So I'm telling you now that he's not the kind of manager that sits. He doesn't sit. He doesn't sit down on the chair. He doesn't stand like that. He sits on a big blue pail and the back of a big blue pail and watches what is happening on the pitch. So it is gonna be an interesting game. Leeds United, they are not a walkover. They've made some very good transfers. They got Rodrigo. They got a whole lot of, they have, and they play attacking-minded football. They have a very, very, very unique style of play. So it's going to be an interesting one, watching Klopp versus Marcelo Bielsa, Leeds versus Liverpool. Though it's been played, that's Liverpool's first home game. That is the first game they would play to start up their defense of their title, of their EPL title. Are they going to do a double this season? They've been quiet in the transfer window. They have been quiet. It's just what somebody Tismikas they got from. He's from Greece. Tismikas, they got him from Olympiacos. He's a left back, more like a supporting role for Roberts and the Robertson at the left back position. So they got him from Leeds. They got him from Olympiacos. Honestly, it got him from Olympiacos. I don't know how the match is gonna be. It's gonna really be an interesting one. It's gonna be an interesting one. We have Liverpool versus Leeds by 5:30 p.m. We have West Ham versus Newcastle by 5:30 p.m. as well. Then on the 13th we have West Brom versus Leicester City by 2 p.m. Tottenham versus Everton. That game is going to be very tough. 4:30 p.m. Of course, Ancelotti has made some signings. Jose Mourinho too has made some signings, so it's gonna be it's gonna be a clash of midfield because they've equipped themselves to an extent. They've equipped themselves to an extent, honestly. So Tottenham versus Everton. Then on the 14th we have Sheffield United versus Portugal. I mean, it is not why I wanted to say Portugal United is because almost 10 players in Wolves, they are all Portuguese. So I don't know what is happening. Their first 11, they're up to like 10. Everybody is from Portugal. What's happening? Are they trying to get an extension of the Portugal national team in England? It's too much. Honestly, it's too much. So it's going to be Sheffield United versus Wolverhampton. Then finally, Brighton versus Chelsea will be playing. What are your predictions? What are your predictions? What are your predictions? It's going to be an interesting weekend. Do state down your predictions at the comment section. Like I said before, subscribe, like, hit the notification button, and tell your friends about Rahen Sports. We've got a whole lot packed here, a whole lot to talk about, a whole lot to talk about. I guess I would perhaps probably I would try as much as possible to do a post-match analysis of the games after the games for each day. Probably after the games at the end of the weekend, I'll try as much as possible to do a post-match analysis of all the games. I don't know how to say this, but all eyes will be on Chelsea and Lampard. Like Abramovich has tried as he has invested a whole lot. He has invested a whole lot in revamping the squad, Frank Lampard's squad. They've got, in fact, this they just recently signed. There's this. I read something on Twitter. I read something on Twitter a couple of minutes, a couple of hours ago regarding the goalkeeper, the Senegalese goalkeeper Edouard Mendy's deal. Rennes and Chelsea, as it stands now, they've agreed on a 20 million pounds thereabout. Yeah, on a 20. They're actually holding out for a 30 million pound, but the guy, the 28-year-old guy rather, the 28-year-old Senegalese goalkeeper, he's he's long. I won't say he's short. He is long. He is long, like he's 6'6", 6'6" feet or thereabout. 6 feet 6. Like he's very tall and has very broad arms. So when you're looking at what Kepa's height and this guy is a giant compared to what Kepa is. And honestly, I would really want to see him. I want to see what he has to offer. What he has to offer. He didn't really start up well like other players. Like I made mention of him being the cousin to Felan Mendy. Felan Mendy is a left back that plays for Real Madrid. He's Felan Mendy's cousin. So would be seeing him, of course, if he'll be traveling to London to make finish his medicals, as in to do his medicals and all. I don't think he will be playing on Monday against Brighton. Probably he would start up next week because Chelsea will be facing Liverpool at home at Stamford Bridge next weekend. Next week Sunday they'll be facing Liverpool at home. So I don't know. Let's see. All eyes will be on Chelsea's attacking force, the whole team against Brighton. They played against Brighton. They played against Brighton few weeks back. It was more like a preseason game, and it ended 1-1. Though Chelsea scored first, it ended 1-1. So we want to see what will happen. What would happen on Monday Night Football by 8:50. Normally it was supposed to start by 8 o'clock, but they had to shift. For safety measures and all that, they had to extend it to start late by 15 minutes. So it's going to start up 8:15 on Monday night. It is Monday Night Football. Brighton versus Chelsea. From what Frank Lampard his press conference yesterday, his press conference on Thursday afternoon, the likes of Chilwell, the likes of Zaich, and Bill Gilmore, they won't be starting. Even Thiago Silva will not be starting. You know, he just recently finished the UCL finals with PSG. So I don't think he will be starting. He'll be starting trainings. He started trainings today. He's not going to be involved in the Monday game. So I believe next week, next week's game will be fully packed because we would have Thiago Silva starting that game and Mendy hopefully starting the game. So all eyes will be on those that will be starting to the games for Monday. Kai Havertz should be starting the game. Timo Werner and so many odds, a whole lot. It's not. It's interesting buying players. Don't get me wrong. It is interesting buying players, but at the end of the day, bringing these players together to work as a team is what matters a lot. It is what matters. How do you integrate the old players, what you had before, and the new ones? It is what matters a lot. So let's see what Frank Lampard will talk, what he will do. He already said that he's not here to finish fourth position. He's not here to improve. What did he say? There was this word he said. He said he's not here to bring up academy play. That he's here to win something. I like that energy. I like that energy. So let's see what the season is going to bring. Let's see what the season is going to bring. Teams to watch out for, we have Liverpool versus Leeds United by 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. That's one of the one game I would really, really, really want to watch. One of the games I really want to watch, and I'll indulge you to. I will advise that you watch that game too. We'll try as much as possible to see what Marcelo Bielsa is all about. Then we would see Arsenal versus Fulham. That's the first game of the season. That's the first game of the season, and it will be held by 12:30 p.m. at Fulham's home ground. So let's see what happens. What are your predictions? What is it going to be? What is it going to be like? What do you think? What do you think the scorelines? I feel Arsenal should be winning that game against Fulham. I don't think Mitrovic. I don't think I don't know. Though he scored over 26 or 27 goals in the Sky Bell. That is Sky Bell Championship. This is the EPL. A whole lot can happen. After all, it was Fulham. They bought a lot of players 3 seasons ago, and at the end of the day, they got relegated. So what are we not talking about? What are we not seeing? Anything can happen. You don't compare Sky Bet Championship football to the EPL. And there's another guy I would really want to see play in the EPL. Watkins. Oli Watkins played for Brentford. He was instrumental in he scored goals. He scored goals, a whole lot of goals. He scored, I guess it was like 26 goals. He scored 26 goals in the Sky Bet Championship. Aston Villa finally has gotten their guy here. They've gotten him. They paid over £28 million for Oli Watkins. So we'll be seeing Oli Watkins play in the EPL. The guy is a fantastic striker. He's a fantastic striker. So let's see what will happen. How Dean Smith is going to use, because last season Aston Villa really had issues regarding scoring goals. They struggled to score goals. The guy from Tanzania, Samantha, he was not that okay. Even at some point, it was what's his name? Trozeget, the Egyptian guy that most of his goals he scored decisive goals. He scored important goals. Some of his goals helped them to crawl out of relegation. They escaped relegation by just 1 point. They ended the season, I guess it was 35 points. So yes, 35, 36 points. So they crawled out of relegation but in fact it was those goals from Trossard. So they would need someone that's not seeing good, like that scores goals for fun. So let's see what will happen. Please kindly state your predictions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll try as much as possible. For each new video that comes up, it will be better up than the former one. We'll try as much as possible until we become a babanla babanla in the YouTube family. Let me just use that word, in the YouTube family. Thank you so much. So kindly state your predictions. Who will be taking all 3 points at the end of today? I'm sorry, at the end of the weekend. Who is going to start the season on a high? Who is starting the season with 3 points? Who's going to lose? Who's going to end up sharing spoils? Of course, you want your team to share spoils. You want the likes of Leeds United to beat Liverpool. I don't think it's going to be an interesting bet. I feel Liverpool would have an edge over Marcelo Bielsa, but you never can tell. That guy, the man is filled up with different tricks. We don't know what is going to happen. This is the first time playing in the EPL, and I believe he would want to make his mark. Marcelo Bielsa want to make his mark, that he's not going out, he's not going back anytime soon. It's been 16 years since Leeds United played in the EPL, and I believe they would want to make their presence felt in every of their games. For every game they play, they want to make their presence felt. So let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you. Peace out. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, like. I said so 4 things. Like this video, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the notification button. Just just do these 4 things for me, and we all will be happy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.